What if you could invest in 500 companies at once for less than the price of a coffee? That's exactly what an ETF lets you do. And right now, in 2026, it is one of the most powerful tools available to everyday investors, whether you have $10 or $10,000. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what an ETF is, why the world's best investors love them, and how you can start investing in one today, even with zero experience. Here's the problem most beginners face. You want to invest, but you don't know which company to pick. Do you buy Apple, Amazon, a bank, a pharmaceutical company? What if you pick the wrong one? This fear of picking the wrong stock stops millions of people from investing at all. And while they wait, inflation quietly eats away at their savings every single year. ETFs solve this problem completely. Let me show you how. ETF stands for Exchange Traded Fund. Think of it this way. Imagine a large basket. Inside that basket, someone has placed shares from hundreds of different companies: Apple, Microsoft, Reliance, Samsung, banks, energy companies, healthcare companies, all in one place. When you buy one ETF share, you own a small piece of every single company inside that basket. You are instantly diversified across the entire market, or a specific sector of it. Here's how it works in practice. An ETF tracks an index. An index is simply a list of companies grouped by a rule. The most famous index in the world is the S&P 500, the 500 largest companies in the United States. A S&P 500 ETF simply buys all 500 of those companies in the same proportions as the index. When those companies grow, your ETF grows. When they pay dividends, you receive a share of that income. It is automatic, passive, and incredibly cost-effective. Now, you might be thinking, isn't this similar to a mutual fund? There are key differences. A mutual fund is actively managed by a fund manager who makes decisions daily. They charge high fees for this, often 1 to 2% per year. Most of them still fail to beat the index. A stock is ownership in a single company. If that company fails, you lose everything you invested in it. An ETF is different. It trades on the stock exchange like a stock. You can buy and sell it any time the market is open. But inside, it holds dozens or hundreds of companies. Low fees, built-in diversification, total flexibility.
Stay with me here, because in the next 3 minutes, I'm going to show you the 3 types of ETFs that matter most to beginners, and exactly which one Warren Buffett recommends every ordinary investor should own. There are 3 main types of ETFs you need to know as a beginner. Number 1, index ETFs. These track a market index like the S&P 500, Nifty 50, or NASDAQ. They are the most popular and most recommended for long-term wealth building. Low cost, reliable, proven over decades. Number 2, sector ETFs. These focus on one specific industry: technology, healthcare, energy, banking. Higher potential return in a hot sector, but also higher risk if that sector struggles. Number 3, bond ETFs. These hold government or corporate bonds instead of stocks. Lower risk, lower return. Good for balancing your portfolio once it grows larger. For beginners, start with an index ETF. It is the safest, most proven, and lowest cost option available. Warren Buffett, one of the greatest investors of all time, has said publicly that after he dies, he wants 90% of his money left to his wife, invested in a low-cost S&P 500 index fund. Not individual stocks, not a hedge fund, an index ETF. If that is good enough for Warren Buffett's family, it is good enough for us.
The single most important number to understand when choosing an ETF is the expense ratio. This is the annual fee charged to manage the fund. A good ETF should have an expense ratio below 0.20% per year. The most popular ones charge as little as 0.03%. That means on 10,000 rupees invested, you pay just 3 rupees per year in fees. Compare that to a mutual fund charging 1.5%. That's 150 rupees on the same amount. Over 20 years, the difference in fees alone can cost you lakhs. The S&P 500 ETF has returned approximately 10% per year on average over the past 100 years. That includes crashes, recessions, wars, and pandemics, and it's still averaged 10%. If you invest 10,000 rupees per month starting today, at 10% annual growth, in 30 years you would have over 2 crore rupees. That is the power of consistent ETF investing combined with time. If you are investing from India, you have excellent options. The Nifty 50 ETF tracks India's 50 largest companies and is available through any Indian broker. The Nifty Next 50 ETF gives you exposure to the next 50, the companies growing fastest toward the top. For global exposure, you can invest in the Motilal Oswal S&P 500 ETF or the Mirae Asset NYSE FANG Plus ETF, both available on Indian exchanges in rupees.
Starting your ETF investing journey takes 3 steps. Here is step 1. Open a demat and trading account with a trusted broker. In India, popular options include Zerodha, Gro, Angel One, and Upstocks. The process takes about 10 minutes online with your PAN card and Aadhaar. For international investing, Vanguard, Fidelity, and Trading 212 are excellent choices. Step 2. Choose your first ETF. For most beginners, one of these 3 is the right starting point. The Nifty 50 ETF for India-focused growth, the S&P 500 ETF for US market exposure, or a combination of both for global diversification. Look for the lowest expense ratio among options tracking the same index. When in doubt, choose the one with the highest trading volume. It means more liquidity and tighter pricing. Step 3. Set up a systematic investment plan, or SIP. This means you invest a fixed amount every single month, regardless of whether the market is up or down. This strategy is called rupee cost averaging. When prices are high, your money buys fewer units. When prices are low, it buys more. Over time, this evens out your average purchase price and removes the stress of trying to time the market. Even 500 rupees per month, invested consistently in a Nifty 50 ETF, will build real wealth over time.
Before you start, here are the 3 most common mistakes ETF beginners make. Mistake 1. Choosing an ETF with a high expense ratio. Always check this number before investing. Even a small difference in fees compounds massively over decades. Mistake 2. Selling during a market crash. ETFs are long-term instruments. When the market falls, the correct action is to keep investing or even invest more. Panic selling locks in your losses permanently. Mistake 3. Over-diversifying into too many ETFs. You do not need 10 different ETFs. 1 or 2 well-chosen index ETFs is all most investors ever need. Let's recap everything. An ETF is a basket of companies that trades like a single stock. It gives you instant diversification, low fees, and proven long-term returns. You can start with as little as 500 rupees. You don't need to pick stocks. You don't need to watch the market every day. The best time to start was 10 years ago. The second best time is today. Our next video covers index fund investing in depth, the strategy, the best funds available in 2026, and how to build a complete portfolio from scratch. The series is called Index Fund Investing for Beginners. Search for it on the Grow Your Wealth channel. If this video helped you, share it with one person who is still sitting on the fence about investing. You might just change their financial future. See you in the next one.